Right, so I've been to the plumbing shop and to make this light I've bought a couple of these, and for these I'm going to cut the copper pipe off and then use this flange to fit up against the wall. Into those we'll fit these 90-degree bends, and then the copper pipe that I cut off there I'm going to feed out of there into the T-piece, and a small piece of copper pipe out of there, and then I'll follow it back round. And then I've bought a 28mm pipe connector and a 15 to 28mm reducer, so that will go in there onto the 15mm piece of pipe sticking up from the T-piece. And into there I bought a plastic lamp holder which I'm going to glue into there, and that has to be plastic because I'm running it off 12 volt, I've only got positive and negative, so I've got no earth, so really you shouldn't use a metal one of those. In fact, I probably shouldn't be using metal anything, but I'm using double insulated cable. So the only bit that will be single insulated will be the positive and negative feed to the lamp holder, which will be encased in this plastic anyway. And then anything that's running through the copper pipe will be this double insulated cable, so I think that's going to be okay. And then I've bought this 12 volt DC Edison screw-in, I think it's an E27 fitting screw-in light bulb. And this is okay to run off of DC, so you don't just want 12 volt, it needs to be alright off of DC because the current can fluctuate. So yeah, this is about 6 watts I think, so it's quite bright. They are dimmable, but the dimmers tend to give off this buzz and we just can't stand it. So yep, and then I've bought some super glue, and to go with that I've got some activator, just so that when I glue that into there it's a solid joint. So the first thing I need to do is cut this copper off of both of these. So I'll crack on and do that, and then I can start to put it together and figure out how it's gonna go. That's my 2 flanges that are going to come out of the wall, and then into each one of those. So this is just a plumbing 90-degree 15mm compression fitting, and then the thread in that is just the same. So, and then if you haven't used these before, you get basically you get your nut, and then you get this little brass piece inside. This is called an olive. So you put your nut onto the pipe, followed by your olive, and then that will come back and screw on there. And then when you tighten it up, that clamps down, but I'm not going to tighten it up just yet. So just a rough idea for length, but I'll show you where it's going. So the idea is that it's going to go up here somewhere, and I'll run the cable in through the pipe. It needs to be about there. And then there'll be my T-piece will sit in the middle with that on top. My bulb holder. that length's about right, but obviously I need to cut it in half and take off the length of the T-piece. You have to account for, obviously that's going to slot into that, so when you're working out your lengths you need to account for that overlap there. So I want two at about 16 centimetres. Well, I'm going to go and cut two of those at 16. I won't do it on there because I'm making a right mess. Right, so it's not fitted, it's just roughly held together, but the idea being about there, and then I just need a small piece of pipe to go in that T-piece to come up for the 28mm fitting. Obviously, because I'm running cable through it, I want to make sure there's absolutely no sharp edges. So what I want to do now is feed the cable through and start tightening it all up. And I might put just a couple of holding screws in those flanges just to hold it roughly in place. But I'm going to go over and proper file all those edges back so that there's absolutely no sharp edges on that cable. So yeah, now that you've tightened that up, that olive clamps down and it holds it on there nicely like that. Screws in there to make the next bit a little bit easier. I don't want to go ahead and tighten it all up too soon because I might want to put that T-piece at a slight angle. My spanner's not big enough. I don't have a bigger spanner. But just so we can see. So yeah, I think that's going to want to sit at a slight angle. That's too low. That's too far out. I want to sit something like that, I think. But first things first, I need to go and source a bigger spanner. Right, I don't have a bigger spanner, but I found this. So whether we can make this work, I don't know. I'm going to need two spanners, aren't I? Flipping Nora. Now I wonder if my other spanner is big enough to get the one in the middle. Yes. so bloody old, I can't adjust it and hold it at the same time. What palaver! Right, that'll do for a minute. And then we want this back on. Oh, I forgot the little thing, this little thing for the cable. Well, I don't really need it. Oh, I'll put it on anyway. And then this bit, this will come in your lamp holder. Don't do what I done and fit that and then have to take it all apart. That just needs to go in at the end. And then this in here, that's where we'll put our cables there. Okay, so we want these. So I'm not going to fix that because I might decide to make it a bit shorter yet. If I make it shorter, am I going to want to change the cable? I think I do want to make it shorter. Do I want it shorter? Can I be bothered to take it all off? Nah, fuck it, we'll do it at that size. So, where's that lamp holder? Now I can't remember how this works. So they go in there, and I think that just slots in there. So probably when it comes to electric, so there's room for it to be a little bit bigger. You know what, I'm going to switch you guys off, swear a lot, and then you can come back. Right, it was a flipping nightmare, but it's in. So now I'm going to stick this light bulb in and turn it on. This isn't glued yet, I still need to glue that in place, but just in case. Right, so I am wired up over here. So if I turn my batteries on, my cut-off switch was on, and then I've got it on a switch which will be mounted over here eventually, but with any luck, woo! Right, well, let's have a look. Right, so that's how it's looking. Obviously I need to glue that in place, screw these in properly, and then like I said, I've got it, ignore the wiring, it's a bit of a mess at the minute, but this is the switch for it, and the switch will be mounted in our control panel, which is going to be over here. So that's it, off and on. But yeah, so that's basically it. It was yeah, it's a bit fiddly. Like I say, if you know what you're doing plumbing wise and electric wise, you're fine. I might fiddle around with it, make it a bit shorter, maybe change the angle of it slightly, glue it all in place. But yeah, that's basically it. But the main thing you need to make sure you're doing is you're getting a, like I said, a plastic lamp holder, because you can't earth it. If you are going to do what I've done and use copper pipe, then make sure you use double insulated cable, and I should be able to take that off and at least check it every now and again just to make sure there's no wear on the cable. Yeah, and make sure you get a 12 volt DC. That's a LED, 12 volt DC LED 6 watt bulb from Amazon. So yeah, I just got one more to do now. I'm going to do some sort of bulkhead light up the living end, which will be a bit brighter than that, and then we're going to have underneath the overhead cabinets, I'm going to have some spotlight LEDs anyway, so yeah, there should be plenty of light. But yeah, if I do another video in a few weeks time, it's because I haven't killed myself with homemade lighting. But yeah, thanks again for watching. Hopefully that gives you a few ideas. I just prefer it to the bog standard LEDs going along the roof. It's just something a bit different. So yeah, thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.